Sometimes, when I'm on stage doing my thing in a nice big old theatre, I feel like even though I'm a solo performer, I'm not alone on stage. And that's never more true than here. So let me tell you why. Long time ago there was a pub here in Leeds called the Swan. The locals called it the Lucky Duck, and in 1766 they opened a room upstairs for singers to perform in, a hall for music, a music hall. And well, that room grew and grew until in 1865 they built a slightly bigger music hall, the City Varieties. A place for the working class to be entertained, an alternative to the posher Leeds Grand Theatre. They used to say, wear your top hat to the Grand, wear your flat cap to the Varieties. It is a cliche to say that everyone who was anyone played this place, but it's also true. Laurel and Hardy, Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton, Morecambe and Wise, Mary Lloyd, Mickey Rooney, Harry Houdini played the Christmas season here in 1902 and got £130 for it, which would be about $7.5 grand now. The theatre manager wrote in the date book that his performance was extra special. And then, from 1953 to 1983, the BBC broadcast their music hall revival show The Good Old Days from here. A TV show with a 30-year run and a show that added even more names to the list. Eartha Kitt, Danny LaRue, Les Dawson, Ken Dodd, Bruce Forsyth, pretty much every comic and cabaret performer of the time. Once, during a show, a baby was born in the audience. Kid got free tickets to every show for life. Prince Edward, the oldest son of Queen Victoria, would sneak into this private box to watch the beautiful music hall star Lily Langtry, with whom he was having a fling. And then, of course, there were my people, the variety acts, the specialities, including in 1867 Rel Moab, the Fire King, a muscular Polish gentleman who, according to the local press, walks over red-hot plates, bites off pieces from bars of molten iron, and drinks boiling oil with apparent relish and enjoyment. Or what about Madame Paula, the reptile queen, who would hypnotise alligators live on stage? I mean, it did escape once, but that was in Glasgow, so it was more dangerous for the alligator. Trapeze artists have swung over the audience. Performing bears have terrified the orchestra. Oh, and of course, there's a ghost. A red-haired woman that's been seen many times strolling around the auditorium while the shows are on. Apparently, if you see her, it's a sign your show's going to be a success. I've never seen her. Every generation of performers thinks they're doing something new, something fresh that's never been done before, but all culture is remix. Everything is influenced by what's come before, whether you like it or not. And it's when you work in a cathedral like this that you are unable to forget that. I've been lucky enough to work here a dozen or more times. I've never seen the redhead who floats around the place, but whenever I step onto the steep little stage here, I know that I'm being watched from the wings by the ghosts of my heroes, or the jugglers and comics and variety eccentrics who built the culture that I work in. When I look out from the stage, I'm unavoidably staring at the history of what I do. My eyes are seeing the same thing that the young Chaplin saw when he picked himself up from a pratfall, that Houdini saw when he shook off some handcuffs, that the Fire King saw as he took a bite of molten iron. That gives me a nice feeling of being part of a lineage, and I try to let that feeling stay with me when I work places that don't have quite such a history. I don't hypnotise alligators or drink boiling oil, but I do like to think that I'm somehow part of the same extended, unrelated family. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, don't forget to like the video, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. All of these videos are made possible by my backers over at Patreon, so a big thanks to them for that. And if you want to join them, then there's a link underneath this video. Also, if you want to come and see me live, then I've got a couple of London dates of my one-man show coming up. There's details under the video of that as well. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.